From your home of the Beijing Olympics, this is NBC Right Now local news at 6.
We'll have a look at what the CEOs of both Moderna and Pfizer have to say about the new variant of COVID-19.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Daniels.
And I'm Tracy Dial. Let's start things off with Stacy Lee and our first look at the very warm forecast. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Scott and Tracy. Yeah, very warm is right. Record breaking. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's look at our temperatures outside right now. 52 in Walla Walla, 51 in Hermiston, still sitting at 54 in the Tri-Cities, and a little cooler in Yakima at 44 degrees. 26 days to the big day of Christmas. We'll count you down every day. All right, we have a dry night ahead of us, a very windy day in front of us for tomorrow. Going to be breezy through Wednesday. Record warm temperatures. We'll talk about those. The cool down starts on Thursday, and possible landslides. We're keeping an eye on the west side of the state tonight. More details in your full weather forecast on the way. Scott and Tracy, back to you.
Let the countdown begin.
Yes. All right, we begin now with education news, though. Some boundaries will be changing in the Richland School District.
Brianna Chavez has more information on when these changes will take place. Hey, Brianna.
Hey, guys. So the Richland schools have seen an increase in student enrollment, and with that, the school district has decided to change the boundaries.
Boundaries will be changing for Orchard Elementary, White Bluffs, and Tapteel. Back in 2019, Elementary 11 was built to house students from Tapteel while it underwent renovations. Now, it houses Badger Mountain students while it is being renovated. Those renovations are expected to be completed before the 22-23 school year. Adding Elementary 11 as its own standalone school was decided after elementary schools in Richland passed their capacity, some even reaching middle school sizes.
Orchard Elementary has more than 700 students, and White Bluffs has more than 800 or about 800, and that's about the size of a middle school.
The current map of the boundaries shows how large the boundaries are for the schools affected. An updated version of the map was finalized and will be sent out to the families. For students who will be affected, they will have the opportunity to transfer to the school they are currently enrolled in. The district hasn't decided on a name, mascot, or school colors, but that will be next.
The district and their schools will be doing outreach to everybody just so everybody kind of knows what to expect, where the boundary lies and how that may affect them or if it doesn't affect them, so they can make plans as they need to.
Those changes aren't set to happen until the 22-23 school year. For more, visit NBCRightNow.com. In studio, I'm Brianna Chavez.
Thank you, Brianna. Well, good news for Yakima. Phase 2 of the North 1st Street Revitalization project is expected to be finished by the end of this year. Jessica Perez spoke with business owners nearby who say they're relieved it's almost over. Hey, Jessica.
Hey guys, so the businesses I spoke to said heavy traffic as well as narrow entryways have slowed things down when it comes to people visiting their businesses. The second phase of the revitalization project on North 1st Street started in April. It goes from N Street down to I Street. I spoke with a woman who opened her beauty salon in October along 1st Street, and she says construction has made it hard to bring in new clients.
Pasaban, ¿verdad? Unos miraban el lugar.
Some people would see my place when traffic was at a stop, but people were deterred from coming in because of how uncomfortable it is to get in and out of the parking lot. A city spokesman says these problems are typical of large construction projects like this one, but they expect to finish phase 2 by the end of this year. I'm told while the project has caused some difficulties, in the end it will benefit Yakima by improving a main entryway into town and fixing underground infrastructure to make it easier for businesses to develop in vacant lots. For more information on the construction project and when phase 3 is expected to start, head to NBCRightNow.com. Jessica Perez, NBC Right Now.
Thank you, Jessica. Now an update on the Yakima County Corrections Facility COVID-19 outbreak. As of this morning, 36 inmates out of 600 were positive.
Officials say when an inmate is checked in, they are tested for COVID and put into quarantine until they receive a negative test result. They say the corrections facility has 24/7 medical care and are constantly being checked by medical staff. They also try to clean the facility as often as possible and have all the staff and inmates wear masks when they leave their cells.
There's growing concern across the country and around the world about a new COVID variant called Omicron. However, vaccine makers are already hard at work trying to determine if existing vaccines can be adapted. The CEOs of both Moderna and Pfizer were on CNBC this morning to talk about where they are with the research.
As you know, we've lowered the dose of a booster of a current vaccine, and so we have a lot of safety data showing that we could go back to a 100 microgram dose and to double the dose of a current vaccine, which should provide a better protection than the third dose booster at 50 microgram. So that's first line of defense, actionable right away.
So I'm very, very, very confident that this drug works for all known mutations, including the Omicron one. But we are working on follow-up drugs for the eventual case that maybe a resistance is developed.
Well, in case you missed it, 'tis the season to put up those holiday decorations.
I did not miss it, but if you want to get a real Christmas tree this year, you can go to a local pop-up farm that's serving up a whole lot more than just Christmas trees. And that is where we find Xochitl Hernandez tonight. Hi, Xochitl.
With a friend.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Scott. So this is Mistletoe right here. She has a lot to say, as you can see. You can see behind me, yeah, Mistletoe. Let's talk about those trees. These trees are actually as small as 2 feet and as big as 15 feet here at Angel Brook Farms. But not just that, these trees, instead of just these trees, you can actually meet mistletoe at the petting zoo that they have here, and Santa is coming this weekend. So they actually have their trees that they get from Western Oregon as well as Western Washington, and they're nice and fresh for you.
Kind of fortunate because we're so close that they're cutting them nice and fresh. So these trees are just getting cut and they're here ready to go.
Now, if you want to take a picture with Santa, you can actually do so here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it is open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, you can also get some gifts at their Christmas gift shop and take a look at this petting zoo. Now, speaking of petting zoo, you can take pictures here. Here are some cute calves. And here's Mistletoe's friends that you can see right here. Here's some of her brother and sisters with these other little goats. And we have some beautiful little pigs right here. These baby piggies just sucking at mama. And they are having a great time doing so. We actually met one of the pigs earlier at the 5 today. And of course, behind me, we have some beautiful alpacas. Now, if you want some more information on Angel Brook Farm, you can just head to NBCRightNow.com and head on over here any time of day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Sunday. All right, Mistletoe, are you on the naughty or nice list? You want to let me know? She's on the nice list. She's definitely on the nice list. All right, Tracy, Scott, back to you.
Forget taking pictures with Santa. Everyone wants to go to the petting zoo now. Mistletoe going crazy for the camera, of course, until she asks questions.
Camera shy when she asked her a question there. I have never laughed so hard. that was fantastic.
Amazing. Thank you, Xochitl. All right. Many people, though, have been having difficult time getting their packages delivered while they're ordering online. We do have a solution for you tonight.
Yes, shopping local and finding gifts for your family and friends can be right around the corner from you. Sophia Alessio shows us a local shop. Hi, Sophia. What'd you find?
Any animals over there?
Hey, Tracy and Scott. I'm here in Fiddlesticks. I'm here at Fiddlesticks in Yakima, and this shop is so cute. If you can kind of see behind me, you can see all their little trinkets, and they have a bunch of different things for Christmas too as well. And I have seen that this store definitely is ready for Christmas too and the holidays, with many different types of hot chocolate, Christmas ornaments, soups, candies, as well as clothing. Most of the items that they sell are locally made, and they told me that they're trying to give back to the community as often as possible too as well. This is their 45th year in business and in Yakima, and the owner, it says that it's all thanks to her loyal customers that have supported her throughout all of the years. When I asked her how people usually react to getting their items as a gift, this is what she told me.
Oh, most people just love it. In fact, people that are taking things out of town, they always ask us to put a Fiddlestick sticker on it because they say, my family loves getting things from this store. So we try to, you know, give them that extra little attention to getting them wrapped up.
Fiddlesticks says they will wrap all of their gifts purchased in-store complimentary too as well. The good thing about shopping for local for the holidays is you don't have to wait for your gifts to come just in case they might arrive late. And you know that you're supporting a local business. In Yakima for NBC Right Now, I'm Sophia Lesios.
Nice way to shop local. Thank you, Sophia. All right, more news, weather and sports still ahead. Maybe we go back to the animals too.
I think we should, but we also have advice on how to avoid being the victim of a porch pirate this holiday season. That's up next. Porch pirates come out in full force this time of year. If you live in an apartment complex, see if you can maybe get those packages delivered to the office rather than your door.
Experts say it's always good to have someone there to receive your package for you. Also consider shipping your packages to work if your employer allows it. Require signatures if possible. Pasco police tell us they have been receiving many reports of packages being stolen over these past 2 years. They hope to raise awareness about that problem.
People that are stealing, they're thinking twice about doing it because they don't want to get caught on camera. They don't want to be put on Facebook, on social media. Hopefully, the more that we talk about this, people are going to protect themselves more and folks are going to be less encouraged to steal off of doorsteps.
Now, if you think your package has been stolen, first make sure it hasn't just been delayed. Contact whoever you bought it from to see if it was delivered and taken. If so, then you do need to call the non-emergency police dispatch number. For the Tri-Cities region, that number is here on your screen. It's 509-628-0333. Make sure you have the day and time frame that your package was stolen. That way police can pinpoint the thefts and possibly connect them to others.
Time now for your full weather forecast. We're going to start out with our almanac because of the warm temperatures. We hit 64 today in the Tri-Cities. Didn't break the record of 66, which by the way was set back in 1909, but still nice and warm. And note our sunset at 4:13. But in Yakima today, 63 degrees. We broke the record set back in 1995. So very warm, and those record-breaking warm temperatures will continue through the next few days. We're going to pop outside and take a look at the costless carpet tower cam tonight. Port of Kennewick's Clover Island, 54 degrees and winds from the southwest at 5 miles per hour. In Yakima, here's our Legends Casino Hotel Tower cam. Nice night, 44. Winds from the northwest at 3 miles per hour. Our satellite and radar again, the atmospheric river that's been continuing to inundate the west side with lots of rain continues. More showers, especially in the northern part and hitting here on the Olympic Peninsula. Again, more rain showers, watching landslides as a possibility. We'll stay dry tonight. However, we might see a few stray showers pop through the area. Some of those clouds can make it across the mountains. We are concerned about winds. We're going to see gusty winds tomorrow beginning around lunchtime, and those winds aren't really going to let up throughout the day. We're seeing 29-mile-an-hour gusts here, 25 and 27-mile-an-hour gusts through the Columbia Basin, and as the day goes, just don't really get a break. So we'll see those gusty winds continue through the day. Also take note of those gusty winds through the Kittitas Valley and the Columbia River Gorge. Tomorrow around 2 or 3 will start to calm down a little bit, and some of those winds finally dying off as we get into your Wednesday. So look for windy conditions and breezy winds on Wednesday as well. Overnight lows in the 30s and 40s tonight. The cold spot here, Meacham at 33, 38 in Pendleton tonight, 43 in Walla Walla, 42 for the Tri-Cities, 40 in Sunnyside, 37 in Yakima, 36 in Ellensburg, 37 for Cle Elum. Tomorrow again, a windy day ahead of us, and those temperatures hitting the 50s and 60s again, a good 20 degrees above average for this time of year. 59 in Walla Walla, 60 in the Tri-Cities, 56 in Yakima. Weather photos, keep sending those in. This is a beautiful weekend sunset from Winnell Garver in Walla Walla. Even got some Christmas lights, so I'm just saying maybe send some photos of weather and Christmas lights to get on the air. And remember to send those to news@NBCRightNow.com. 7-day planner, those gusty winds, breezy and warm again on Wednesday. The cooling trend begins on Thursday, and we'll see those overnight lows dropping back into the 20s and 30s. Cue the fog for the weekend, and our next system moving in on Monday. That's your full weather forecast. Scott and Tracy, back to you.
And while Answer Man is later on this week, a concerned viewer wrote to us this weekend asking why the Columbia River looked like the Chocolate River from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now this question, too good to say for Thursday, and I actually have an answer for you. According to the Chelan Public Utility District, the muddy water is a result of a higher seasonal water flow. This just means all of the rivers that dump into the Columbia are higher than usual and are taking parts of their banks with them. And that muddy water is making the Columbia look like chocolate milk. And just like Willy Wonka's river, you don't want to drink that.
I thought it was a Christmas miracle. Turns out it's just mud.
Right. That's just, you know, the weather we've been getting. Nothing's looking like Christmas just yet.
All right, don't go anywhere. We have sports coming up next.
The Cougs and Huskies have their new head coaches. Details ahead.
I updated it. Hello, Alan. I'm still putting this on.
What? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alan, you got me? No cross. Okay.
From the Jeremy Brock Mortgage Sports Studio, this is an SWX Sports Update.
Good evening, I'm Jamie Council. We have two area teams headed to the state title game. The Lions handed another West Side team an upset over the weekend while Kamiakin's season came to an end. Kennewick returned to Memorial Stadium, but for the 3A semifinals on Saturday, the Lions faced number 2 Eastside Catholic, trying to cause another upset against yet another Metro League team, and that's exactly what they did. Kennewick drew first blood with a 94-yard reception, Dayton Davis to Austin Stoddard, and the defense did the rest in this one. Simeon Howard had a 62-yard pick six. The Crusaders cut their deficit to 7, but EKU held down the fort, denying Eastside Catholic a chance at a 5th state title as the Lions punched their ticket to the ship with a 14-7 win, their second trip to state in school history. And the Lions' last trip to the title game being 38 years ago when they lost to Bellevue. So Lions get another crack at the Wolverines. Now decades later, kickoff from Puyallup between Bellevue and Kennewick set for noon. And Royal getting a win over Kings in 1A. Eatonville now standing in their way to their 10th state title. So number 1 versus number 2 this Saturday from Lakewood. And football season isn't quite over, but basketball season, well, it's already here in SWX. We'll be broadcasting games once again. High school basketball in SWX starts this Friday. The Davis Pirates in Kennewick playing Kamiakin. So it's Pirates versus Braves this Friday. Head to our website or social media for the full schedule. And in college football, 2 coaches were hired over the weekend in the Pac-12. Dickert Saturday, then USC hired Lincoln Riley Sunday. And today, the Huskies made it 3 in 3 days. Fresno State coach Kalen DeBoer is the new head coach of the Washington Huskies. He spent 2 years with the Bulldogs as the head coach. He did win 3 NAIA titles at the University of Sioux Falls as head coach. And before the Fresno head coaching job, he spent 10 years as an offensive coordinator at the college level. He takes over from Jimmy Lake, who was fired after 13 games. Meanwhile, Dickert had the job on an interim basis since Nick Rolovich was fired in mid-October. Not only did he win 3 of the last 5 games and get the Cougars into a bowl game, he kept this team together. And certainly winning the Apple Cup didn't hurt his chances either. And baseball, it's been a busy last few days for baseball free agents, and today the Mariners open up the wallet to sign one of the best free agent arms. The Mariners agreed to a 5-year contract with Robbie Ray worth $115 million. The left-hander Ray was 13-7 with a sub-3 ERA for Toronto, and his walk-to-strikeout ratio of almost 5-1. In his career, he is just 4 game over 500 with an ERA of 4. And here is an update. Monday Night Football with the Seahawks in the second quarter, a 7-3 lead over the Washington football team. We'll have highlights tonight at 11, but that'll do it for sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Good evening. Welcome back. One final look at our weather. Plan the day out tomorrow in the Tri-Cities. Nice and warm at 7, 45 degrees, 58 at lunchtime, 58 by dinner. Mostly cloudy, and you're going to see some very gusty winds throughout the day. In Yakima, starting the day off at 40 degrees, 55 degrees by lunchtime, and mostly cloudy skies, 55 at dinner time. Winds a little bit lighter there. And the next 3 days, again, those breezy winds, nice warm temperatures. The cool down begins on Thursday. That's all for the weather. Scott and Tracy, back to you.
We see the snow behind you, but there's none in sight.
No, even up on the mountains, it's been melting. I'm with Stacy. We got to start those snow dances, and soon, Scott.
I don't know about all that. Thanks, Stacy.
All right, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Have a good one.